Hi guys, today we're going to do a quick review for our quiz tomorrow on comparing fractions. First, let's talk about our vocabulary words. A fraction is a number that names a part of a whole or part of a group. A numerator tells you how many parts are being counted, and it's the top number in the fraction. The denominator tells you the total number of equal parts in the whole or the group, and that's the bottom number. And when we're comparing, we use our comparison symbols. We have one for greater than, less than, and equal to. And the alligator always eats the larger amount. And remember, alligators don't know numbers, so they're not concerned about which number is bigger. They're just concerned about which one represents more. They're looking for the bigger amount. So let's review. When we're comparing fractions, if the denominators are the same, then we compare the numerators. This means we have same size pieces because our denominators are the same, so we just need to know how many pieces there are. The larger numerator is going to be the greater fraction because that fraction has more pieces. If the numerators are the same, that means we have the same number of pieces. So we compare the denominators, the size of the pieces. A smaller denominator means the pieces will be bigger, which means it'll be a greater fraction. Think about it. Would you rather share with 2 people or with 8 people? You'll get more if you share with a smaller number of people. So the smaller denominator, you get a bigger piece. And last, if the numerators and the denominators are the same, then our fractions are equal. Let's look at a few examples. When the denominators are the same, we have the same number of pieces, we compare the number of pieces shaded, our numerators. So if I look at my fractions, 3/8 and 5/8, I see my denominators are the same, so I'm going to compare my numerators, my number of pieces shaded. So I have 3 pieces for 3/8 and 5 pieces for 5/8. And my larger numerator is my greater fraction. So 3/8 is less than 5/8. When the numerators are the same, I want to compare the size of the pieces, the denominators. And my smaller denominator means I'm going to have a bigger piece. So for 2/5, I shade in 2 of the 5 pieces, and for 2/7, I shade in 2 of the 7 pieces. Sharing with 5 people means I'll get more than I share with 7. My smaller denominator means I'm getting a bigger piece. So 2/5 is greater than 2/7. And last, when the numerator and denominator are the same, the fractions are equal. I have 3's for numerators and 7's as denominators. That means both fractions have 3 out of 7 pieces shaded. So that's the same amount, so these are equal. 3/7 is equal to 3/7. Shade the models on your paper, then compare the fractions. Remember, the greater fraction will be the one with more of the whole shaded. So make sure you're shading the pictures because that can help you see which one is greater. Pause the video while you work, and then press play when you are ready to check your work. Let's check our answers. 2/8 compared to 2/6. I shade in 2 out of 8 pieces and 2 out of 6 pieces. And when I look at my picture, I can see that 2/6 has more shaded, so 2/8 is less than 2/6. 3/4 compared to 2/4. I shade in 3 out of 4 pieces on my first fraction and 2 out of 4 pieces on my second fraction. And I can see that there's more blue, so 3/4 is greater than 2/4. 4/8 compared to 4/5. I shade 4 out of 8 pieces blue and 4 out of 5 pieces orange. And when I look at my shading, I can see there's more orange, so 4/8 is less than 4/5. 1/3 compared to 1/4. I shade 1 out of 3 pieces blue and 1 out of 4 pieces orange. And when I look at my shading, I can see that there's more blue shaded, so 1/3 is greater than 1/4. 2/7 compared to 3/7. I shade 2 out of 7 pieces and 3 out of 7 pieces. And when I look at my fractions, I can see there's more orange. 3 pieces is more than 2. So 2/7 is less than 3/7. And 5/7 compared to 5/7. Shade in 5 out of 7 pieces and 5 out of 7 pieces. And I can see I shaded the same amount, so 5/7 is equal to 5/7. Now you try. Answer the question on your paper. Remember, the greater fraction will have the larger amount of the hole shaded or be closer to one hole on a number line. Pay attention to the size of the pieces and draw a picture to help model your answer.